All right, starving videographer here, bringing you another educational episode. This is Mahesh. Reza is behind the camera as usual, and today is my model. We have Cindy, my beautiful wife, and today we want to show you how to take night portraits where not everything in the background is blurred out. We want a situation where the subject is in focus, well lit, and we want the background to be well lit and well focused. So for that, we need a balance of aperture, shutter speed, ISO, and light source. And for that, we really need a continuous light source where we can control the amount of light hitting the subject while simultaneously controlling how much light is in the background being captured. And we do that with various controls such as the ISO, the aperture, and the shutter speed, and manually dialing in the light values as you see over here. And as we balance this out, you'll see what camera settings as we're doing it, and hopefully you can learn how to do this all in one setting and do it very, very quickly. Let's get going.
Okay, here we are. We're looking at the initial video feed through the camera, and we've chosen the traditional 1/60th of a second f2.8 and ISO 100 to give you an idea of what the scene looks like. We've also turned on the continuous light source to light our subject. Now we'll have to go and tweak the various parameters. The aperture, we're going to make it pretty narrow, probably f10 or so. And then we see that the scene is very dark. So now we're going to decrease the shutter speed to about 1/6 of a second. And the final parameter we can adjust in camera is going to be the ISO setting. So we're going to go ahead and go to the ISO and select a more reasonable value, maybe ISO 800, and see how that looks. And again, you begin to see the background lighting up very nicely, the shadow being filled in, but the subject matter is a little bit too bright. This is where the continuous light source and your ability to adjust it on the fly really helps. We're going to go to that light source coming from the right hand side and decrease it and see what happens to our subject. Now we've got nice even light on our subject matter. Let's go ahead and take a picture at this point and see what the output looks like. And here we go. I'm going to zoom up to a little higher value, good sharpness, background looks pretty good. I think we could use a little bit more detail in the background, and we do that again by adjusting the ISO at this point. Once we get the ISO up, we can then adjust some more of the lighting on the subject matter to make sure it's not so much, but we'll just see how this looks. Let's go up to 1600 and take a picture. Let's zoom up on that, and that looks pretty good. Sharp, better shadow detail, and some of the detail can be brought out in post-processing if we want. So you can see that a lot can be gained by a continuous light source that is constantly adjustable with the scene. I hope you've enjoyed this tutorial.